podcast hosts Gabe and Leo discuss topics that directly and indirectly affect the LGBTQ plus community. Their generation gap has them seeing the world through very different points of view. They fight, they argue, they laugh, and they get off topic. But they make sense. Most of the time. Are you ready for this episode of Let's Talk Trans? Well, let's get started. Alright, woohoo, it is mid-week. I don't know about you guys, it feels like the week is flying. I know, like, I personally had Monday off, but it's kind of a cheat, but I don't know, like I said, the week's flying. So, like I said, evil phone, evil phone, evil. We're just gonna put that on don't disturb. There. You would think after like 30 some odd episodes I would learn to shut my phone off, but no. So clearly we survived the 4th of July. Dogs and I, hid out a little bit, and they've got squeaky toys. If anything, I mean, at least it's a kind of a comic background to have squeaky noises and all of this other weird stuff going on in the background. And so tomorrow, Kai is going for her orientation at her school. And it's utterly insane because we didn't talk about this, but Kai got sick last week, ended up in the hospital for a couple of days with her autoimmune disease. And we really weren't sure if she was actually going to be up for going to orientation this week. But she assures me that she is, and she's, ready to go and make that step, and that's okay. Just kind of cool. It's been a very, very insane couple of days. I'm sorry, I'm greasy. For those of you that, you guys know what that's like when it comes to the hormone therapy. So, a couple things tonight. One, we're going to talk about something that I haven't talked about yet before, but I'm getting to that point. If you guys haven't noticed, and I'm sure most people have, the squeakiness has kind of stopped in my voice. From the very first episode back in December, where it was cracking all the time, to now it's just this very deep, definitely, more masculine voice. And it's actually really, really cool to hear, because I don't get mistaken, for female over the phone or anything to that effect. It is absolutely phenomenal, but I've gotten to the point now where some of my whiskers have gotten a little long, predominantly on the sides of my chin. They're longer than everywhere else, and so I am at the point where I think I'm going to have to shave. And I don't really know if I want to, I don't know. I mean, the hairs are almost all blonde, so what's the difference, I guess? I'm not worried about them coming in dark. I actually kind of look forward to them coming in dark, because then they're more distinguishable. I'm just like, what if they don't come back? What if I shave, and I mean, like, I don't have to shave them all. But anyway, that's one thing we're going to talk about tonight. The other thing we're going to talk about is a coworker dropped a joke at work, and unbeknownst to him, it was a transgender joke. But the downside, the thing is I actually found it funny. I knew I shouldn't have, but it freaking was funny. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my transition. We're going to talk about Kai going into a college where there is an LGBTQ plus community, and how they are dorming students together, so that, there's more of a support for the group, and it's actually kind of cool. So, let's start out with the joke. Yeah, let's start out with a joke, because, Leo never lets me tell jokes, and apparently I tell really bad dad jokes, but we won't go there. So, backstory. I'm walking into work. There's a whole huge security protocol we have to go through, pull all the metal out of our pockets, walk through the metal detectors, whatever have you. Okay, so, in I walk. It's Tuesday morning. First thing, I see Leo coming down the hallway. It's not a bad dad joke, I swear. He's just looking at me. Think I don't have my glasses on. I can't tell if it's an evil glare, but I'm pretty sure it is. So anyway, a couple of guys walk in behind me, one of which, the gentleman's bald. Okay, so he's, and I mean, like, I'm assuming it's a shaven bald, like, almost like Mr. Clean, Anyway, and I mean, he's a well-cut guy, yeah.
Where's the green pitcher?
The green pitcher on the table. So now the other guy, one of the guys doing security, is a redhead. Okay. And full head of hair. I mean, full head of this gorgeous red hair. And they're kind of jabbing it back and forth at each other. And, they say, and the redhead, he calls himself a ginger. So, because I don't know. I still think, to me, that term is still offensive. If people refer to themselves at it, it's okay, but I'm not one to, walk around and call people gingers. I just don't like it. To me, it's just not an okay terminology. But the guy who bald goes, man, I wish I had hair like that. Man, you know what? I'm a trans ginger. And I just stopped, and I looked over at him. He goes, I'm a redhead in spirit. And I'm like, that's not really how that works. But in the same breath, I was laughing because it flowed so well. He didn't even realize, he didn't realize that I was transgender. Whether that's because he didn't care, didn't notice, or I have transitioned enough to where, I'm coming off appearance-wise. But like I said, the thing was, the first thing out of my mouth was, oh crap, I'm not supposed to laugh. That could have hurt somebody's feelings. But it was funny. I mean, both guys got a kick out of it. I got a kick out of it. And so I guess the question that I kind of pose is, or the thing that I have to think about is, one, okay, another person who's transgender may have found it offensive. Do I say at that point that, hey, in this particular environment, you gotta kind of thicken your skin, toughen up a little bit? Is it wrong to laugh at it? Was it wrong? I mean, it was funny, but just because something's funny doesn't make it right. Excuse me. And I said, the other thing is, if it was wrong and I laughed at it, bad Gabe, I don't know. So I was kind of stuck. So I wasn't really sure at that point. But like I said, it was a joke. It was funny. I thought it was funny, and that was my Tuesday morning thing. So anyway, I don't know. I like I said, I don't tell great bad dad. I actually tell horrible bad dad jokes. My favorite one, I'll tell you this one. My favorite bad dad joke that Leo absolutely hates is, why do ducks have tail feathers? To cover their butt quacks. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Ooh, wait, hold on. I can do it. Thank you. See? Thank you. Somebody thinks I'm funny, right? Thank you. Oh, lots of funny. Oh. Alright, I gotta stop doing that. Leo will get mad at me. There we go. That. Okay. Oh, I'm not playing with the buttons, I swear.
Do we have a funnel?
No.
Why don't we have a funnel?
It's called an STP.
A funnel?
Yeah, an STP.
No, like a normal funnel.
Check on the other side of the house, downstairs in the basement where all the tools are. Where all the manly crap is.
Funnel being the tools.
Because it's a funnel.
Cooking equipment.
Oil. And then sometimes Leo's just, I don't know. You won't go there. Leo? I said sometimes I don't know. Yeah. You don't podcast with me anymore. I don't want to hear it. You don't get a peanut gallery side. Right. Exactly. Artemis gets more of a say. Okay. So, enough of that joke. Like I said, bad dad jokes. I can't help it. Whatever. Shaving. I gotta... like I said, this is new to me. What am I? Let's see, November. All right, so it's July, so August, September, October, November. So, I'm about 3 months out. All right, so 3 months. So I'm in my transition 9 months. I'm still naturally learning a lot. I'm thankful that my voice has finally dropped, and again, that it's not quite so squeaky. I don't even think I can squeak if I wanted to at this point. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm thrilled with that. Am I, thrilled body image? I did get told the other day that I have to drop my dad bod. I'm working on that. I got told I got to ditch the dad bod, so apparently that's not as sexy as we all thought. But the thing of it is that, again, like, it's time to shave, and I've never, obviously, I shaved my legs, I shaved, the nethers, I shaved those things, but as far as the face goes, that's new to me, and, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like, this, again, this is who I am. I went online, I did some research, right? There's actually a guide to shave for transitioning men, out of Ontario. FTMguide.org actually has an all about shaving, and like I said, and there's YouTube videos. I personally, I'm going to talk to my father about it tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to, actually, this is kind of one of those things where I'd really like to have the opportunity to bond with my dad over this. And I'm hoping that he, takes it with a grain of salt, but, like, I don't know. Do I, is it just, shaving cream and then a razor? Like, I've seen guys put on aftershave. Do I need there's gels out there now. For men, their faces, Artemis, drop the ball. For men, there's good, the face and the beard and that hair is almost, if not just as important as the hair on top of our heads. Because a man's beard is like a woman's heels or a purse, or it's an accessory. It's important, and I don't want to mess myself up. And get razor bumps or anything like that, especially, having to go into work. That would be humiliating. So I got to do it very carefully, and I'm really, really interested to see how it turns out. Because like I said, and then there's the thing, do I keep the mustache hairs? Because there's plenty of those. I've got a little bit of a soul patch, so I'll probably keep that. But I think everything on the cheeks and the chin, I think that's going to go. And we'll just kind of go from there and see what it looks like. So, I'm like I said, I'm really, truly curious. And we'll just see what happens, I guess. But, if you ever pull up any of these websites, like I said, like I went on here to, it's called female-to-male-top-surgery.ca. It actually comes from the McLean Clinic. And it's a guide for transitioning shaves. So, fortunately, it actually talks about choosing razors, disposable razor versus, something more serious, whether you choose to go with a straight edge, maybe. And the electric razors, what else does it talk about? Yeah, there's disposables, electric, cartridge, safety razors, straight edges. They're calling them straight razors, but I straight edge. And the only reason I remember what a straight edge is because back when I was in the service, one of the guys who was really old-fashioned actually used a straight edge, and I was constantly terrified because, think about it. It's basically like having a knife against your skin. It really wasn't something that I ever wanted to try. Even like at one point, I remember he's like, "Yeah, you can shave your legs with these." I'm like, "Yeah, no, no, thank you. I like my skin where it is." I felt like it was something I could fillet myself with. It was, horrific. So, but I know for like I said, people who are transitioning, we masqueraded as women for a long time, and some people still do it. Whether they're male or female, it doesn't seem to, body hair seems to bother them in either way. So, I know people are familiar with disposable razors, and there's the feminine razors with the aloe stuff on them, and there's electric razors, and the cartridges, and the ones you can just dispose of, and you keep the handles. There's tons of razors out there, but like I said, a guy's face is so, I don't know, it's just so different, and I think like with the legs you kind of go down, and the armpits you go down, but if I remember correctly, like with the lower. The neck, like the lower part of your neck, the guy actually go up towards the twin, up towards his chin. and you guys can't see me doing this, but I'm actually like doing it in front of the mic. I'm like tilting my head up, and I want to say like you pull the skin down a little bit and up, and for anybody who's listening that is a kid, don't do this without adult supervision. I would never let Leo shave without adult supervision. At least, I mean, like it took him forever to shave his legs the first time. But like as far as you're getting into sensitive areas when you start talking about the neck, and while a razor shouldn't take out a chunk of limbs, I've seen some pretty gnarly things. So I mean, yeah, please always be careful. One of the things it definitely suggests is that it's best to shave after a hot shower, which softens your whiskers. Make sure your beard is evenly covered with shaving cream or gel, and slowly begin shaving while rinsing the blade every couple of strokes. So, and it tells me, and I'm looking at it this way, it says sideburns shave downward, cheek downward, neck upward. So I guess it's got to do with the way that the hair grows. But yeah, and like I said, I'm curious. I think it's that time. I kind of wonder, for you guys, and for you gals who listen, because ladies, you've transitioned or you're transitioning, you're mid-process. Some of you are still shaving away hairs on the face, which is fine. Okay, don't think for a second that doesn't make you a lady. Thank you. Leo, can I have your perspective?
My opinion.
I love your opinion, though. You can stay right there if you want.
Because I feel like I stand better behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, we're just talking about, I think it's time for me to shave.
Shave what?
My face. I've got these weird long ones here on the sides, and it's just starting to get to me a little bit, so I was thinking about shaving. What do you think?
I mean, you're gonna have, either way, you're gonna have, like, awkward spots.
Well, yeah, everybody does.
When it comes to growing out facial hair. So, I mean, like, it's completely up to you.
Well, the thing of it is, and my big thing is, it may come back darker, which would make it more noticeable, which then enhances the masculine features.
But in the same breath, you could, like, instead of, like, shaving it and then waiting for it to regrow, you could just wait to see how the beard looks.
But it's blonde, so I'm having problems seeing it anyway.
I can see it.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on keeping the mustache. I was even thinking about keeping the little soul patch. No?
No, I don't like that. I'm not... I don't have good taste when it comes to facial hair, but I don't like the soul patch.
Oh, so ditch the soul patch.
Ditch the soul patch.
Can I keep the whole... Can I go the whole,
You can't do a handlebar.
No, I wasn't talking about... No.
You can't do a handlebar.
I'm not doing a handlebar.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not doing an Uncle Bobby.
Don't do that.
I was thinking more like Doctor Strange.
You could.
Could I pull off a Doctor Strange?
You could.
Okay. You think? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say
yes.
that? Okay.
There's also filter. You could like try and look for like filters on like
TikTok.
Ooh. There's a Johnny Depp filter.
I don't. Ooh, that's.
Everyone looks good with it.
No, you know what? Iron Man.
Iron Man.
I think the Iron Man.
I'm trying to remember what Iron Man's face is.
All right.
Like, I know what Johnny Depp and perks of not registering faces.
Yeah, right. All right. There, we'll pull up the Iron Man mustache.
Iron Man mustache. Yeah, you could.
Yeah. What do you think?
If it,
all right, maybe not the whole. Like it looks like a little tie on his chin.
Yeah, probably not that. But you probably could.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't think I can pull that off, but maybe eventually, like the whole thin line.
Mm-hmm.
See how the thin line there?
Yeah.
Maybe that eventually.
Maybe.
I don't know. Again,
up to you.
And the thing of it is again, it depends on if it comes in dark.
Mm-hmm. In the same breath, you could have those random patches where it just turns dark for no reason.
I've got like one of those over here.
I think there's one on my shoulder. They're all...
For those of you, fortunately, who have never met Leo's biological father,
there's a dark
Leo's a Wookiee in human clothing.
There's a dark
there is hair all over Leo. I mean, like, he has it on his butt.
Don't talk about my butt on your podcast.
There's Leo's hair butt. Butt hair?
My boyfriend listens to this.
Ooh. I didn't say that. I'm talking about another Leo. Wait.
I'm leaving.
I gotta stop. Somebody's gonna wonder who I'm talking about. We get a lot of trouble here.
People are gonna ask, how do you know?
Well, I was there. I mean, like, I've been kind of there from inception, so if anybody would know what kind of fur...
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I mean...
Because you might get arrested.
No. I'm not saying anything like that. No. No. But you have to admit, having you on the other end of the podcast was way more fun to talk about.
Yeah, my thing is just like my jaw hurts.
How can you... Y'all, Leo's jaw hurts. Ah! Crud! Flying toys. You said it.
My jaw hurts because I have a bad back and my jaw dislocates.
Yeah. Sure. We're gonna keep with that. That your back is bothering you, so your face hurts. So what you said.
The actual thing that you... I'm gonna leave before I cut on your podcast.
That's what you said.
Give me the toy.
No, don't. Come on. You know how he is. More toys. Stop throwing... Hey! Stop throwing things at me. There's dog hair all over my face now.
Ah!
Whatever.
Dog hair.
Hey! Butt hair.
At least the dog hair is darker.
That's true. Alright. So, now what do I gotta talk about? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Right! I got it now. Okay. Now that we've thoroughly, involved in, shaving and Leo's butt hair. I'm not really sure how that came into play, but whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm chewing on popcorn. So like I said, the thing of it is that, there's all these tips and all these possibilities, about shaving and, yeah. The whole thing is like I said, in my environment and where I work, I still have to be presentable. And the way my facial hair is starting to grow, I don't feel like I am being presentable. You know what I mean? So, yeah. The other thing, so, as everybody knows, everybody who's taken hormones knows, trying to find that delicate balance and getting the right numbers is always important. Always important. We work with our endocrinologist or, our hormone specialist, and we try to get to a particular number to, maximize our transition without, and minimize any health risks. So, about a month and a half ago, my endocrinologist and I were talking about, how much testosterone I take, and I'll be perfectly honest, it was my mess up. And instead of saying 0.25 milliliters, I said 2.5. And he went, well, that's a lot. And I went, no, that's what I've been taking. He's like, I think that's a lot. I'm gonna drop you down to 1.5, and if we go backwards, we go backwards. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's a little miffed, but so I got the labs today, and my labs went from like in the 300s to in the 2000s, and I was like, holy crap, because for anybody who's ever looked, the average male is parts per million is somewhere between 800 and 1,000, and I'm at 2,500. I'm at 2.5 times that highest level that's safe. I can't even fathom what that has done to my heart over the short term. But anyway, we immediately dropped the numbers down and talked about it today. But yeah, it could have been really, really scary if we hadn't taken a look at that when we did. So that was, like I said, that was one of those millions of things, and it's kind of one of those things that we do. Whether we're aware of it or not, and I know a lot of us, we monitor ourselves very closely when it comes to our hormone therapy, and this was just one of those things that inadvertently got away from me, and I don't. And the thing is, I don't even know if I just didn't put the point in the right place, or if I legitimately thought it was something other than that. It was really weird. I don't know what happened, but needless to say, threats being at a risk and everything being what they are, we're okay now, and we're back to normal numbers, and we're gonna bring things down a lot a bit, and we should be okay. Let's see. Right, Kai. Kai is going off to college. Da, 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 da. And she is going off to welding school. And I think we've talked about this a zillion times or so. But the school, and a lot of schools have this, and I'm not calling this school out. She's going to Pennsylvania College of Technology for a welding engineering program. And I'm not saying, ooh, you know, LGBTQ, yay, this school does it, nobody else does. No, because from what I've heard, a lot of schools do. But Penn College is... they reached out because Kai identifies as pansexual and said, hey, you know, we have an LGBTQ community. We'd like to put you with other LGBTQ members. And we have a separate dorm space for all of you so that you can feel safe. Kai, of course, jumped right on it. And over the last couple of weeks, she has been talking with her new roommates. And the thing of it is like I said, one of these roommates is a furry, and I'm almost positive we've talked about it. The other two are pansexual, but haven't come out to family yet. Yeah, and that's why I'm not saying any names or anything like that because, you know, that's not cool in any way, shape, or form. But I was thinking about it, and this week I got my first. I guess I'd call it a first Pride shirt. I have a Rainbow Alliance shirt, of course, but I got my first Pride shirt, and it's a free dad hug shirt. So I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow to take her to orientation, and we'll see what happens. You know, but yeah, I think it would honestly be cool, and I'm hoping at some point that, you know, maybe we can get these kids on to the podcast, and I think that would be cool as well. I can see Kai. Oops, I did name my kid. I can see Kai, you know, willing to get these kids to talk with us and maybe have a good time on the process. Maybe on a Sunday. No, probably not on a Sunday night because they have to be in school on Monday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do a long distance. We can do a long distance Zoom call. Okay. See, there was a time when that would have been all squeaky and what have you, and it's not anymore. It's really deep. I don't even know where I sing anymore. That's kind of the scary part, is I have no concept where I sing. Wow, that was weird. But yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So I guess we'll just have to kind of see where that goes. But, yeah. All right, so, and the thing of it is, like I said, the thing of it is I can't wait for... you know, her to go off to college and her to meet these new kids and to do all these experiences and have all these wonderful, great experiences at college. And I hope, you know, like I said, being a member of an LGBTQ plus community, that it does not in any way, shape, or form restrict her. I hope she's not afraid to do anything because she's pansexual. Not that Mackenzie's... I did it again. Shoot. Not that Kai is intimidated or afraid. She's never let it stop her in the past. However, these are brand new people, and you know, yes, they're adults and it's different. I just, you know, as a parent, I think as any parent, when it comes to their first child going off to college, I think every parent is a little nervous. You know, especially like I said, you know, she's going off. She's far enough away where she's, you know, out there on her own, according to her, but not far enough away where I can't reach her if I need to. Is that bad? Is that bad that I kind of set that up? Kind of feel like I set that up. I didn't intentionally send it up. Yeah, I did. I'm not even going to lie there. I intentionally set that up. So, but, yeah, I don't, like I said, we'll see what happens. And like I said, I'm really truly excited for her. She's the first grandchild to go off to college. She's the first one to graduate on time. She's the first one to kind of step out there at 18 and make a go of it, at least in some way, shape, or form. She bought her own car this week. She bought her first car. And we're, going to see what goes on with that, and that'll be interesting. Of course, I'm still paying for the insurance, but that is what it is. But, anyway. And we talk about this all the time. Last year at this time, there were 3 people in this house who identified as female. Mm-hmm. In 1 month, Leo will have hit his year mark. In 3 months, I will have hit mine. And the dog just ran through the house with a washcloth. We just wonder where those come from. And then, Kai came out, and Kai came out as pansexual, but when Kai came out and requested to be referred to by the name Kai, it had absolutely nothing to do with being pansexual. It had more to do with the fact of, everybody was changing their names and trying to deal with a trauma, and there was so much going on that I think she needed it. I think she needed the transition, almost. And so, we kind of just accepted it and went along with it and agreed. And so, and it's kind of, so it was funny, because for her graduation, somebody actually wrote her a check out to Kai. And she's like, what do I do with this? I'm like, well, when you change your name, it'll be there. Oh, well, that happens. So, yeah. Because I'm not going to call them and say, hey, look, can you write this out to, Mackenzie? Because the name's not legal yet, but we won't go there. Yeah. All right. So, this is actually getting to be a longer podcast. It's still not long enough, though. I mean, I missed the podcast with Leo and Kai when we talked about everything. Yeah. So, like I said, I miss those podcasts. It's absolutely insane that I don't, it's not that, I don't know. Leo kind of got bored with it, I guess, and Kai just, Kai's off doing her own thing. Sometimes if I ask her, she comes out and does them with me, but the fact of the matter is that, unless I drag Leo into it, he just doesn't want to participate. I guess I can kind of understand that, but I haven't told him, that we're definitely growing, and it's really cool. By the way, you guys have got to hear this. So we track this, and you guys know that we do. I think everybody knows, that Spreaker and anybody who does podcast tracks, movement. We want to see who's listening and where we're being picked up in, and it's really cool. So last week, it came across our feed that someone in Ukraine was actually listening to the podcast, and we every week we have listeners in Russia. But to have listeners in Russia and listeners in Ukraine, it was politically defying. Maybe that's not the term I want to use. The thing was, and the way that it was that we breached a gap. We breached something. We connected, at least 2 countries right now that are fighting, we connected them through a like topic, which was our podcast. And it was, like I said, it was insane for Leo and I to see that, because Leo looks at them with me. And to see that, despite a war, despite everything that's going on over there, that somebody took a chance, that somebody had the time to listen to us. And they listen to us on a regular basis. Now, we don't know who they are. We don't know what they're going through. We don't really know much of any of it. But what we do know is that they listen, and we truly, truly hope that they are safe, that they are warm, they are comfortable, they are fed, and, that they just, make it through this ordeal. It doesn't matter to us on which side of the line they fall. We know that, there are people there are innocents on both sides of that line. There are innocents on both sides of the border. It doesn't matter. This is not a political podcast. Maybe a gay agenda, but that's about it. So if you're listening in any country that is, struggling, war torn, maybe, your government doesn't support you as far as LGBTQ plus we truly, truly hope with the bottom of our hearts that you are safe, that you know that you are loved, and that you stay safe. And, you know, I know everybody, Pride Month is about pride. It's about being proud of yourself and who you are. And I'm not one to tell people to shirk from a fight, but in the same breath, be you, but don't be foolish. Don't be foolish when it comes to being you. Okay, you don't have to be in the closet. I'm not saying that either. But we're reading every day where rights are getting stripped away from people all over the world, not just in the United States, not just in Ukraine or Turkey or Greece or Russia or North Korea or anywhere. All right, rights get stripped away from people every single day. Especially members of the LGBTQ, not even especially, people of the LGBTQ plus. We've been in the news a lot lately, and so yeah, but definitely, take care of yourselves, and you are always in our thoughts, and in my prayers. Not Leo's an atheist, but if he would, he would. If he did, you would. The other thing is that from the time that we started this in December, Leo and I had one major goal, and that was to basically conquer the United States. I know somewhere there's an FBI agent who just went, "Oh, they said conquer. They're going to take us over. Oh, we better listen to this stuff." Yeah, go ahead and listen to me. No, when I mean conquer, I mean have a listener in every single state. Have somebody have picked up our podcast in every state. We are 6 states away from that goal. 6 states. It's been 8 months of podcast, and we are 6 states away. I would love. Can I mention I would love to see those 6 states? I know Hawaii is one of them. I believe Arkansas is another, which is a shame because I have a good friend in Arkansas, and I have a good friend in Hawaii too. But whatever. And even though we have people who picked us up in Alaska. But and it's funny. It's not even like you can't even say it's not the red states. You can't even say that. They're random. Yeah. So they are all right. So we've got Vermont, New Hampshire, West Virginia. Okay, West Virginia I can kind of get. Arkansas, Idaho, and Hawaii. Everywhere else has heard us at least once. There's even like 19 others, so I don't know. Maybe they're in Puerto Rico. We have people listening in the Dominican Republic, or not the Dominican Republic. Holy buckets! The District of Columbia. We have people listening in Alaska. Naturally, here in PA, we got the most downloads. Followed right behind, and this is what's cool. I love it. So, Pennsylvania, we have 177 downloads. 177 downloads out of 30. I think this will be 38. Episodes. Alright. Florida is next with 83. Texas follows right behind that with 83 downloads. You guys kill me. You guys are freaking awesome. To me, this is like thumbing your nose at, the governors there and basically saying, hey, look, we're here. What's the line? We're here, we're queer, and we're here to stay. I don't care, I love it. I absolutely love you guys and how much you listen in, and I'm hoping that how much we support you as much as you support us. So it's absolutely brilliant, and you guys you're phenomenal. I can't, like I said, I can't get over it. It floors me. Like I said, it absolutely floors me. The people that listen and where they listen from. You know what I mean? Like there's just, yeah. Like I said, I'm absolutely astonished. And we have listeners, and please understand, we have listeners all over the world. I mean, like, not just here in the United States, although, again, the United States is huge. But we have people from, we have listeners in Canada. We have listeners in Poland, France, Germany, Sweden, Russia, Finland, Turkey, Morocco, Spain, you know what I mean? Italy, India, the Philippines, South Africa. If You know what I mean? And like I said, we have Greece and many other countries that we absolutely love you. And of course, I mean, we've got Ireland, Scotland, and the United Kingdom. Absolutely, because I know my friends out there in Dublin are listening in, and I absolutely love listening to you guys talk. And I do plan on visiting here in the near future. So yeah, that's a like a bucket list thing, is to go to Ireland. And my father's family's from Ireland, and I have to do some genealogy research, so that's what I plan to do. But anyway, I gotta let you guys go because the Artemis, the great and powerful Artemis, is ringing her bell, which tells me that she needs to go outside and nobody else is going to pay attention to her, so I gotta let her out. So, that being said, I hope you have a great night. I hope you take care of yourselves. Be true to yourselves. Remember that you are here. You are phenomenal. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because no one can take you away from you. You've worked too hard to get this far, and we love you for it. All right? Stay true to yourselves. Us on this episode of Let's Talk Trans. We hope you had fun. We know we did. If you like us and you want to hear more, follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, or Google Podcast, or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. Until next time, stay true to you.